you ready? Hey, let's roast some turkeys. It's all yours, Pete.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Boyles, and of course, Jeff Hunt is here along with Billy Thorpe, and Jeff will be with us later in the morning. First of all, let me say good morning to everyone. November the 26th, 2025. Good old 710 KNUS. The weather, well, partly sunny today. Good weather for the parade. We've had some terrible weather in the past. 54 again tomorrow for Thanksgiving Day, and that's great stuff as well. So, I'm going to bring Blake in with us too. Blake Olson, good morning, and he's more than aware of we're going to try and pull off again today. And of course, Billy, you worked. You worked this parade how many years?
Oh, God, I have no idea. I mean, we're going on. It's got to be 12 or 13 over the two, tours of duty I've done with you. So I mean, this goes back to. Late 90s, early 2000s when, you and I were causing problems in town with all the floats. And, I think there was even a temporary restraining order from Wellington Webb for a while.
Yes, there was.
Over a really, really bad float.
Listen, believe me.
Yeah, something about his wife. I don't remember, but it was, something like that.
Oh, good.
I know. I'm going to start it off this morning.
Oh, good.
I'll get us in trouble before the first break, yes.
Watch after, like we're into the show a minute and a half. Let's bring that.
Let's bring back the thing that got us in trouble.
Ooh. And a matter of fact, there was a time, and Miss Calhoun's going to join us, but if we were in the building, he would not come in.
Yeah.
And Dr. Laura did that to me too.
Yes, Dr. Laura. Yes.
They threw me out.
Yes. She was telling you to go take on the day, but it was a couple of suggestions. Yes.
She made it clear to Chris Olinger and a couple of other people, if that man's in that building,
I am not going to.
I'm not coming in. So that's a true story. And
that's awesome.
Oh, she got mad at me, but that's for another day. But people occasionally got mad at us, and
that's what the parade's about.
That's what
if somebody's a little bit mad at the end of the parade, we have done our job.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's precisely how I feel about it.
Absolutely.
So I've already gotten some text messaging. When did it begin? And the answer is I don't know. I think I was working at BZ, the infamous KWBZ, the mother of all battles, and I remember like the Thanksgiving Day parade, and I said, we could probably do that.
Yeah,
it was a huge mistake, and so not was for you to know, Blake, and Billy and I have talked about this. It's a crime, but the rights to the parade have, how radio has fallen so badly. And nobody can afford it anymore. And I've had 5 different media outlets carry this parade, pay for the rights to the parade, and no more. So we have corporatized the parade this year, and we have influencers. We always had reporters and scribes and elders for the parade, and they would go in and they would tell us, and they can still obviously do that this morning, but they're now known as influencers.
Oh,
and now,
very good. You have the influencers.
We have an influencer section. We still have reporters and scribes.
Yeah, basically when they call you
platform.
when they call you an influencer,
yes.
They basically just change the title and cut your pay by 20% because you don't have to be a real journalist.
And we weren't getting paid before, so
I know. So we now owe them money.
And of course now with Daryl Luby and everybody down there building the scaffolding and everything, the city's cracked down on me, cracked down on the radio stations. Jeff and Bill are pretty hard on this wonderful program for homelessness. And so the mayor has not been cooperative as mayors in the past have been, although they have not shown up for the parade either. But right now, Daryl Luby and some of the guys are coming out of retirement, Kenny Danon, and they're building the scaffold. The mayor wouldn't let us build the scaffold in the middle of the night. And Crowley's down there running security for us, too.
Of course.
Yes.
And so that's coming on. So
it's cold, too.
Oh, it's really cold. We have had
really
colder
cold.
years.
Really cold.
Yeah.
Had colder
Have
years.
you?
Yes, it's much colder than this.
Okay.
And we've actually had to have the heaters. Now, back when they had the old primitive heaters, that's how long back the parade goes. I was out of town for a couple of days, and I'm thinking, how old is the parade? And the answer is, I don't know. When I started, when I started doing this, I was in there are parts of that I don't remember, and and remember the Macy's parade. And last night I did some reading on the original Thanksgiving Day parade, and it's really 1924, you guys. And I'll just read this to you. The employees of Macy's, March 1924, marched to Macy's Herald Square, the flagship store, 34th Street, dressed in costume. And they had floats, believe it or not, I'm sure. Then they had professional bands, and they borrowed animals from the Central Park Zoo. And they
How about they just borrow the animals?
So we're going to borrow. You know.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. How do you make that phone call? Excuse me.
I don't need it with
Talk
you
to somebody
guys.
about an elephant.
Yeah. Remember those? We have an elephant missing.
Yes, exactly.
And so, in the first parade, so Santa was enthroned on Macy's balcony on 34th Street in the store entrance, where he was crowned King of the Kitties. Now, you don't want that jacket anymore.
No.
There's guys in jail.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
This guy used to pitch Subway sandwiches.
That's right.
and
That's
just
right.
like, yeah.
When they hit the joint, they're called short eyes.
Yeah.
So the first parade, Santa they called him King of the Kitties. And believe it or not, and we stripped this now, 250,000 people came to see it. The parade was such a success that Macy's declared it its annual event, and in spite of media reports only barely covering the first parade, which of course has happened to this parade year after year, but by 1928, inflatable balloons. So we're going to see balloons obviously today, and the balloons are always a big part of this.
Yeah.
And so
Have to have the balloons.
Oh, and then the first year, 1948, was the first year television carried the parade.
Wow.
Jeez.
So now look what everything with Denver's television scene. They're arguing downtown who gets to cover and carry the parade for us this morning.
Yeah, no one wants to, and so they're arguing about who draws a short straw to make sure they have to carry it. That's the issue. They're like, I don't want it, you take it. I don't want it, you take it.
Hey, I did that last year. But what's important here is now with all this combining of television stations in Denver. So, I mean, what the hell's the difference if 9 has it or Fox has it?
I know.
Good point.
And think about it. I saw there's some really weird floats I saw in the staging area. People still putting the finishing touches on them. We've got some guests that are coming in from out of town. Obviously, there are going to be some politicians that are going to be asking for your vote.
Oh, yeah.
There are going to be some media professionals, and I saw them with their own floats. And there is a surprise guest, someone that is coming in from out of state that has made tons of news. I don't want to spoil it, but this is a huge surprise coming up later. There are some amazing floats, and then there's some that, I'm a little worried about.
Well, you know, and as already one of our many reporters, you need a corporate sponsor.
Yes,
I've said that in the opening with apologies to the listener. We have corporatized the parade this year. The broadcast rights, Salem can't afford it.
No.
After paying that heavy fine.
Yes. We've got some lawsuits to pay off, so yes.
That's right. And
yes.
he may even show up at the parade.
Yes, he might. See.
Him will show up. We haven't seen him and his close little friends. We haven't seen any of them for
no, not for
months.
a while.
Not for
so
months.
yeah. So who do we have? Who's selling off? What do we? Because I know that you were negotiating some of the
merch,
some of the rights. Yeah, some of the rights for this, and because there's a title sponsor. We've got some secondary sponsors. There are people out there that are doing the porta potty sponsor. We've got some hot chocolate sponsors.
The tough one, you guys, is whose face will be on the merch.
Ooh.
Oh. That's a good question.
I was it was a long car trip, and whose face would we put on? It's Blake Olson, Peter Boyles, and of course Billy Thorpe. And what television station will be carrying this? And Channel 2 probably. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the best.
Because they're like the youngest brother between like 9 and Fox now, so it's always going to be like
and everybody gets mad at.
Oh
them.
God,
and they were the home of Blinky, so clowns, parades,
yes, hobos, of course, yes,
all-star wrestling.
Yes.
Come on, come on!
Oh,
I made my bones.
Started.
I knew that would get you guys.
I made my bones at the channel.
Yes.
The old one, the bunker.
Yeah.
The one that was down.
Yeah.
So that's
on
where
Spear. Yeah.
that's where. Well, then Blinky had the fun house.
Yep.
And Winky. So
That's right.
so were you either one of you two Blinky kids?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I watched Blinky. Absolutely. In fact, I think my partner in crime, Jeff Hunt, actually appeared in the birthday.
Yeah,
thing
he
one
did.
year.
Yeah.
So he was that. I had friends that did, but never went down. But I watched that thing all the time.
Yes.
Yes.
I was a Nolan Andy kid though.
Ooh.
You remember that one?
Well, we had what's his name? He was. They put him over as the kid. He was like the like little Desi. You know, he really didn't exist, but no, but there was a real little Desi, but it wasn't him.
Yeah, it wasn't the kid.
It wasn't the kid.
Right.
No, I see. All of that's great.
Yeah. it
So
is.
we will get a corporate sponsor before we're out of here. But heavy influencers, Blake, what do you think?
Yeah, there are going to be some big names at this parade. You can see the cars and the SUVs already.
You can see them all
rolling in
blinking down
downtown.
there. Yes.
Yeah,
They-
I mean, I've had texts already this morning. Just little rumors here and there who may be there, and some interesting floats.
Billy has.
I
one.
love it.
Billy's
I love
Billy's got one in his back pocket. Let's see if this happens.
Yeah. Got a couple.
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, Whitey. Ooh,
They're killing me, Whitey.
you're killing me, Smalls.
You're killing me, Smalls.
But I remember they're killing me, Whitey too.
Yeah,
Remember
so
that,
do
too?
I. Yep, Lou Saban.
Lou
right?
Saban. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. What the hell are they doing out
They're
there?
killing me, Whitey. Anyhow,
Going to be a lot of that today.
We
What
got-
the hell are they doing out there?
what the hell are they doing? Hey, you, come here. Remember that kid? Hey, you, come here. And then you ran.
Now, where is Billy positioned exactly? Are you at the parade or are you at the station, Billy? I don't even know.
See, I am down back at the station right now to make sure that all the electronics go well, and then I'm going to be jumping down onto the parade route later on today because I didn't know this. I didn't know this here on the Peter Boyle show. See, the Jeff and Bill show. Well, we don't have this thing, and Blake, you'll remember them in media. Interns.
Oh,
Peter
yeah,
Boyle
what are
shows as
those?
an intern. I am like, dude rolls right. We don't have no. Well, the problem is we keep asking for interns in the Jeff and Bill show, and people are like, shut up. Yeah, they hang up.
Yeah,
You have
right.
to pay
They don't want
them
any of that.
now.
They're like, no, we're not exposing our children to you.
Yeah,
no,
we-
there's
yeah,
no way. There's no way let you influence them. That's just right, wrong. Totally
Yes.
wrong.
We
Yeah.
have to call them.
Exactly. That's exactly it. So yeah, we've got an intern back here. So the intern's going to be pulling double duty, and then I'm going to be running down later on
Okay.
today once everything's set up. Because oddly enough, I'm sure you understand this, Blake. The computer system doesn't always want to behave. So I was fighting with the
Correct.
computer system this morning, making sure all the things are minding our P's and our Q's. Everything's just about set. So I'm still back here at the
Good.
station, and then I'll be down joining Pete soon.
This is from already people sending us many, many messages. Peter, Felix the cat. I have to go look at this. Was the first character.
That makes sense. Yeah,
That's what
I
it
do
said.
remember that.
Yeah, Felix. You remember Fritz?
Yeah.
You guys remember Fritz the cat?
Yes.
Do you? Do
Yes,
you
I
remember
do.
Fritz?
Yes,
A
Fritz.
little bit, yeah.
Yes.
Well, that was Yellow Dog.
Yeah.
That was where'd that come out of? But Yellow Dog, and Fritz the cat. I was
yeah.
a big Fritz fan. So anyhow, the classic Macy's Day Parade logo, by the way,
Yeah.
with one exception, that's the variant of logo is used, and that's one of the things that triggered me to say, whose face should be on the merch? Remember, like in like when you go to Disney, obviously the mouse is the face on the merch, and most of it, and in sports, I go to Blake on sports, who gets on the merch? Who gets on the face of the shirt?
In sports in Denver, I would put Jokic on there. How
Okay.
about that?
Oh, ooh,
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Billy?
I would.
Yeah, it's
Who-
whoever's a superstar. So it's Jokic, it's the John Elways, it's the Kobe Bryant, it's the Shaquille O'Neals,
Yes.
Magic Johnsons, Michael Jordans. They're always the first. So that's the thing is who's going to be front and center.
We got a lot of
on
merch.
the merch.
A lot of things to move, and a lot of product here.
Yes, we do.
We got some product. We got a lot
What
of
are
product.
the official colors of the parade
There you are
this year?
again. There you
Yeah.
are again. I mean, we
I
everything.
care about that stuff.
Well, I mean, there's
got to.
always a red, white, and blue theme, just because. I mean,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Yeah, you
And then
have
you got
to.
a little bit of the yellows, a little bit of the oranges, but a lot of the banners, a lot of the stanchions, doing the traditional red, white, and blue. Primarily because Well, most of it's left over from 4th of July. So I'm just saying, we're on a budget, and it's kind of tight. So
That's right.
It was that or Christmas. I mean, it just didn't seem right to go red and green yet.
Yes.
So that was it. That's why it's all red, white, and blue, to be honest with you.
And I think on the banner, one of the, I came up with this one as well. And I grew up in Western Pennsylvania, which is, they speak a foreign language, but they would say, now this would not happen until tomorrow, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, because we always played ball or something on, and the guy would say, "Jeet."
Jeet.
And it meant, "Did you eat?" And so
You got to throw in the yens. Yeah, you got to throw that in too.
the way we grew up. So I'm thinking
That's great.
our banner should have on it, "Jeet,"
Yes, that's exactly it.
because tomorrow's Thanksgiving.
Yep, Jeet.
So
And the big thing is, do we put a question mark after it or not? It's just a statement.
that's a question mark.
Yeah.
I think that, for the food trucks, Jeet,
Yeah.
Jeet.
That's a great
Jeet
one.
burgers.
The
Cheeseburgers, yes.
greatest Thanksgiving sports story I ever heard. You remember Babe Pirelli? Blake, remember?
Yes, absolutely.
Vito Babe Pirelli,
Yeah.
the Kentucky Babe.
Right.
Well, he was an idol when I was a little boy. I mean, everybody talked about Babe, and he went to the University of Kentucky and he won the Sugar Bowl, and then he went on to play pro ball. He played in Green Bay, and ended up in with the Jets and New Namath and everything. Well, he was an idol of mine, and he came into a place that we were working, and I said, "That's Babe Pirelli," and I went over and introduced myself. We became lifelong friends. I spoke at his funeral, and so he tells me a story. And this is high school, Western PA. I'm guessing 1956, 55, and they were playing for the championship. He said they won. And then he was off to the University of Kentucky, and his life was going to be pretty okay, considering that he had immigrant parents, and everything that he did. He really was the American dream. So he said he gets a phone call, and it's from the captain of the team that they beat for the championship, and a guy, and he challenges Babe, and Babe said, "I got my team together, and they got their team together. And we climbed the fence, and we played the game again."
You got to be
No,
kidding.
this is Babe's story.
I have never heard that
It's
story.
Babe's story. It's not mine.
Wow.
And I said, "How'd you do?" He said, "We won the game," and took a drink of beer and said, "And then we won the fight." Babe Pirelli, and I mean, he had wonderful, wonderful stories.
That is awesome.
Vito Babe Pirelli. And,
So cool.
He told me when he arrived in Green Bay, he got drafted by Green Bay and Lombardi, and he shows up, and he said, "There's a guy sitting down at the end of the table eating with both hands, just shoving food in his mouth." And I'm looking at him, I'm waiting, because he was a great storyteller, and I loved him. He said, "This guy's eating with both hands." It was Dick the Bruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
No
Dick the
utensils,
Bruiser?
He
yeah.
was eating with both hands.
With both hands. He's Richard, and I later in wrestling had to introduce him. His name was Richard Alphys, was Dick the Bruiser. That was his real name. Was when he played for Green Bay, he was Richard Alphys, and so they would give you a card on how to introduce, if the guy was coming out of town, and I did it, was to introduce him as the man too tough for the NFL.
It's a great
You remember
line.
that? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That is-
Because they
that
caught
is
him.
great.
Yeah, but the man, and then he got in a fight with He fought Alex Karras.
That's right.
Karras told, remember? Karras
Yeah,
told me
you
the story.
told me that
Yeah.
story.
Karras told me that story.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah, and
great.
speaking of stories, hey, Blake, I know that we've got
Yeah.
to do some news here because
We
we got
do.
bills to pay. And Pete and I got to work on some unpacking the merch and some other stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, you
I
may
got-
be
I
ready
gotta
to do
get
the
it
whole news
going.
thing.
I got to pay off this union guy.
Yeah,
out here.
exactly.
Gotcha.
This is-
I'll
Alrighty.
do the news, and I'm looking forward to it because there are a lot of stories coming in, a lot of questions about the parade. So,
All right.
I'll keep you abreast with everything that's going on my end.
Yeah, I'm
So.
sure that's a turkey reference.
Yeah,
Yes. All right.
absolutely.
Here you go, my friend.
All right, buddy.
Blake Olson.
Blake Olson, news and comment.
Hey, good Wednesday morning, parade day. 19 and mostly cloudy outside if you're going down to the parade in Denver. Expecting a high of 47 today. News sponsored by Pastor Camp Heating and Air Conditioning at 303-777-1234 to learn more about special savings opportunities on Lennox equipment. Our top story, the FBI says it plans to interview Senator Mark Kelly and 5 other Democrats, including Colorado's own Jason Crow, who called on troops to disobey illegal orders. These jackwagons appeared in a viral video last week that urged service members to disregard orders that were unlawful.
Yeah.
Investigators say the deadly crash in Douglas County a few days ago was caused by a driver in a stolen car on Colorado 83. 5 people died in the crash, including 3 children. Aurora police confirmed that a Toyota in the crash was stolen from an RTD parking garage about an hour before the crash, which is still under investigation. Good news in the Russia-Ukraine war.
Envoy Steve Witkoff will travel to the Kremlin after Ukraine reportedly said it has reached a common understanding with the Trump administration on the outline of a possible peace deal. Intense negotiations have been underway this past week as the U.S. says progress has been made to finally resolve the conflict. Peace talks are happening even while both Russia and Ukraine ramped up attacks using both drones and missiles. I'm Rory O'Neill.
All right. Thanks, Rory. End this thing. Tired of sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine. The White House denying a report that 47 is considering removing FBI Director Kash Patel in a few months. MS Now cited 3 people with knowledge of the situation who say Patel's top aides have become frustrated with headlines generated by Patel and that top FBI official Andrew Bailey is being considered to replace him. Protesters trying to burn down St. Paul, Minnesota, of course, again. Paid ICE protesters, what's new? Tom Holman with an update on ICE across the country.
Bottom line is, I just said just about 650,000 deportations. That is several 100,000 more than the record that was back in 2012. So it was already a historic operation. Second of all, you got to consider the people who have left the country out of fear of being deported. Was over 1.6 million of them. So there's well over 2.2 million left the country already. And that's been the part of the plan from the beginning. We knew if we send over 1,000 ICE teams out across the country, we send a message to the whole world. You enter this country illegally, we're looking for you.
And just had a report from an alley downtown somewhere. There's a huge float with a gigantic wolf on it. And it says in big, bold letters, who's afraid of the big, bad wolf? The big, bad wolf. And someone dressed as a little piggy. And the eyewitness texting me saying it looks a lot like Marlon Reese, first gentleman.
Who's afraid of the big, bad wolf? Big, bad wolf.
All right, parade coverage continues coming up here. CSU reportedly set to hire Jim Mora Jr. as the next head football coach. He's done it all, seen it all in the NFL and college football, and most recently turned around UConn's program, which is nearly impossible. It's like sending Kentucky to a bowl game and winning. That's the last time they won. The story that Pete just told, a bowl game, Kentucky football. The latest college football playoff rankings are out. The only change in the top 11 spots in the rankings are Oregon and Ole Miss, swapping spots at 6th and 7th. Tonight, the Sharks at the Avalanche, Spurs at the Nugs on Friday. Let's see, that would be, 2 days from now. It is Wednesday. 17 in Arvada, 18 in Parker, 19 in Denver. You're waking up with Jeff and Bill. Pete in for Jeff because the parade is underway, and it is Wednesday. Blake Olson, News Talk 710, KNUS.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s to near 50 degrees, mid to upper 20s tonight. Thanksgiving Day looks good. Low to mid 50s under partly cloudy skies and 50s to near 60 on Friday. But do be ready for changes this weekend. Friday night late, a chance of snow showers developing, lows down into the low to mid 20s. Scattered areas of light snow showers, much colder Saturday, highs only near 30. Teens Saturday night, snow showers Sunday with highs only upper 20s. Meteorologist Don Day in the 710 KNUS Weather Center.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Peter Boyles, in for the man, along with Billy Thorpe and everybody else. Blake is still there. I want to ask both of you, and then the parade will begin with Miss Calhoun. How many different people did the job that you and Billy and I are all doing? How many different well-known people anchored the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? I'd forgotten.
Oh, wow.
Some of these things. It began, the first television host was Dave Garroway, Hugh Downs, and then Lauren Green. And I'd forgotten that. Lauren Green.
Bonanza.
And his co-host was Betty White.
Oh, wow.
That would have been something to watch.
And Ed McMahon became a host in '74.
Oh, that's great.
NBC had at least one of its Today Show people would always be part of the anchor team, and the whole thing. Now Brian Gumble did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Willard Scott, who was a really good man. I met him.
Willard.
Deborah Norville hosted.
Mm-hmm.
Katie Couric was one of the hosts of the television part of this. So it goes on and on and on. And of course, we've always been here.
Yes.
It's big money, and you guys all know it. And Blake, I know you're trying to cash in, but
yeah, I'm weaseling in here,
trying to cut it in.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's taken me a while to get to this point.
He's doing a run-in, Billy.
Yes, he is. He's doing a run-in. Yes, he is.
That's right.
You don't even work here. But
oh, man.
So the folks in the audience know as we begin with here in a couple minutes, but the radio has been so diminished, and I think we all know that. We've talked about it. Radio is now the last chapter of what's the use, and we are living in this, and so we have to corporatize the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade. And you guys, I know it's, well, and the other, and I'm told that Coach Prime would like to be part of the parade this year. Blake, what do you make of that?
Oh,
yeah, I've heard rumors that the float does say we coming on the front, and then on the back it says we're going.
That's right. Here we come, we're coming. There we go, we're gone. That's right.
Yeah, and there's a big, some big numbers evidently on the float. And I'm not sure what, I think 4 and 8 means basically what their record that they, expect to achieve every season. I don't know. But, I'm hearing some things. I know that the fight song will not be sung on the float. Because they don't know it. None of these players know the fight song.
I have a friend who
They're
said
all
they,
NIL guys.
I have a friend who said they don't go to practice. So why would you learn the song? But it's a bad year.
They get paid millions of dollars and they don't go to practice.
I'm telling you.
And don't know the fight song.
That's right. That's right. That's a gig,
Great.
man.
We're off to a good one.
That's college ball. But you know, then look at Dave Logan's Creeksters. Look at that team. I mean, they'll be part of this. And at KOA now, the motto is "Thank God for the Denver Broncos," because they're gassing out lots of other places, and so
the only thing paying the bills.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and KOA once paid for the rights for this parade back 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, years and years ago.
They gladly paid the money.
Sure.
Oh,
they
yeah,
could
they
get
were
all the
because-
tractors and all the agriculture.
That was great stuff.
Equipment is good stuff.
We had the Clydesdale horses one year when we were over at KOA.
Oh, man, that was beautiful.
So we did all of that. So the parade will now begin. And the first, Billy, you put so much of this together and hard work into this. But
and Adam down the hall. There's, you should see how many times I didn't know that he was so good at putting little flowers into floats. He's got some skills I didn't know. Yeah,
Well,
the guy's
skills.
multi-talented. Yeah,
you see his sweatshirt he's wearing this morning.
Yeah, Sturgis.
It's a tie-dye Sturgis shirt I brought him. And it's
Nice.
like none of my biker friends would wear it, so I gave it to Adam.
And here's the thing is, what I love is the fact that someone at Sturgis went, tie-dye. Like, so you know the audience there, but all right, good luck selling it. And
listen.
I love the fact that Adam rocks it because it's one of the most unique Sturgis sweatshirts I've ever seen, and it's also damn good looking too.
Well, that's the part of it with Adam is, he just lights up. He goes, whoa, tie-dye Sturgis? I'm out of here. Anyhow, Blake will be with us throughout the entire morning, keeping everyone there, and we're going to begin this thing. Daryl Luby and Kenny have built the whole thing along with the supervision of the one and only Mark Crowley. So we will begin right after this for the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade. Here we go. Now it begins on a Wednesday, November the 26th, and I don't know which number it is, but of course, the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade now rocks on. Bill and I, with the cast and crew, are at, and again, thank you to Daryl Luby and to Kenny Danon, Mark Crowley, and all the folks who came down and built the scaffolding. And of course, we're sitting up here now under blankets, got the heaters on, and we have now, of course, begun celebrity reporters, because we have to make money now on the parade. We're corporatizing the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade. Our first guest is a dear friend and has been to many parades. Ladies and gentlemen, she is not only a media critic, she is part of the media. She is the media from Westward, the talented Miss Patricia Calhoun, and she joins us, and it's really not that cold, Patty. It looks like it's about 25, 26 degrees here, but thank you for climbing up here and being with all of us. And the parade this year goes again, and good morning, ma'am.
Oh, I would not miss one of these parades, and I encourage everyone to get out. It is not that cold.
No.
We've got the sun about to rise. It's going to be great.
Well, and, you know, the security's pretty tight this year. The homeless people, we have I'm told, and I haven't seen it yet, but a homeless marching drill team. And I think I'm looking forward to that. And the mayor, I think, will be here, but, you know, I was telling folks earlier, there was a time when a certain Denver mayor would not come in the building if either one of us was in the building.
That is true, and I have seen that mayor lately, and he does speak to us now. So, that made parades chillier in recent years.
Well, I went over and shook his hand at a place. I said, you know, good to see you, Your Honor, and he said, good to see you. I think, does he know who I am? But he, you know, there was a time. Who else didn't like you as a media maven? Because there was a list. Who didn't like Miss Calhoun?
Oh, I'm sure there are plenty out there, and they can give you a call right now. But today is about Thanksgiving, and we're all giving thanks that we are still around to cause trouble.
What are you giving the thanks for this year?
Well, I'm giving thanks for, you know, friends, family, and that we've all survived to this point, despite all the turkeys out there. And I can tell you, this parade has a bunch of them.
Hart, who was your turkey of the year? In Denver.
It's the first float I've just spotted, which is the pedestrian walkway that was supposed to celebrate the 150 for Colorado. It's the Bridge to Nowhere, Polis's Bridge to Nowhere. No question, the turkey of the year, and good for him to put you know, the model now on a float that we can all see.
You know,
at least we did something with it.
Well, what do you think? I mean, Billy, it's government funds, and of course, as I said to Miss Calhoun in the audience, we're broke. Radio is broke, and so the broadcast rights we're corporatizing the parade, so we have to be careful this year.
Well, yes. Who are your big sponsors this year?
Brownstein Law Firm.
For obvious reasons.
Okay.
Good. You like it? I mean, going. Brownstein.
Let's face it, they've been the secret sponsors of everything for decades.
You better believe it. And also, the Denver Chamber of Commerce is going to be a sponsor this year with the parade. And we were talking to a couple of different pharmaceutical research houses, but they have a line they won't cross, and I think it's the parade. But the National Association of Realtors, I discovered they're pretty important in Denver too. So
yeah, they want to sell those houses.
I'm looking forward to the magic mushroom floats that will be coming and literally floating a little later.
You won't be able to see them, and we have
I'm questioning whether or not they'll realize they're actually in the parade. If they're just like, look at all the people.
Yeah. Well, already, man. We're saying. Peter, I'm at Colfax and Broadway, and I see the Children's Hospital Toy Run float, and it's filled with illegals and anchor babies. This is this guy that that started up last week on the toy run.
I got to interrupt Peter and Pat. I just got a message. This is coming to us from Kenny Danon and Daryl Luby.
Yeah.
That unfortunately one of our float entrants is having a little problem navigating getting here on time. It's the free Tina Peters float. They've been given the directions how to get here, but evidently they're lost over near Santa Fe somewhere. They say regardless of what everybody else is telling them, they know the real truth about where the parade is going to be held, and they think it's over there. So they say we're all lying to them, that we don't understand the reports that Tina put out about the floats and the parade. They're working. Maybe they're going to show up later, but we're going to hold a place for them later on. I hope they show up later, but right now, they're going to be a little delayed. Just letting you know.
We're waiting for Tina, but we're also waiting for him.
Yes.
Him ruined this radio station, and so we'll see if him shows up. But I don't think so. But what has happened to radio? And one of the things I think that many of the leaders of Denver radio are giving thanks for this Thanksgiving is that Mike Roberts retired.
Well, he's sort of retired, but he comes out of retirement for the right story.
Yes, he does. And I got one for him.
Don't rest easy.
Oh, yeah. But Michael Roberts was he was the blade that worked for Miss Calhoun. And if anybody wanted to know what was really going on in radio and television, you would read Mike Roberts. And he was, one thing about Roberts, he was number one. He was always true. What he wrote was the facts. So he will be missed this year. He will be missed this year.
Yeah, he's one of those people they point to and say he did journalism. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Patty.
I think he's still planning on being on a float, just throwing out barbs and insults. And facts.
Like that.
No one did it better. No one did it better. And I'm looking forward to seeing. I haven't talked to Mike. We owe him a Thanksgiving phone call too. And again, folks out there now, people are starting to line up on the phones, be a reporter, a scribe, an elder, and Miss Calhoun this year, an influencer. What do you think?
Well, the influencers are out there. There's no question, but I don't think they get up this early.
And you know what, Bill? Maybe that's why we haven't heard from many influencers.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Wow.
They're all out. They're recovering from whining and dining and writing fake restaurant reviews.
See, Miss Calhoun does know these things. They write the untrue. I remember when Nixon's guy said it was what the president said was an untruth.
Yeah. Or they write what's paid for, which is almost as bad. Or maybe it's worse.
You know what? This is the true stuff, and this is a Thanksgiving, pre-Thanksgiving look behind the curtain. They explain how that's done. Miss Calhoun.
Well, it depends. It could be on a more casual level, people who just cover certain beats or make that their specialty on their social media. They get invited to free meals and they write about what they saw. And it also goes up to the level where people have real businesses where they go out, they get a free meal, they write about it, they get paid for it. And usually the respectable ones, if you want to use that term, do admit they're paid for, they're sponsored, but the others might not. So you might not know that someone just got wined and dined, and it was the best meal they ever had because they were wined and dined.
We're told that one of the smallest floats this year will be the Colorado State Republican Party. Have you seen any of those people? I haven't.
No. In fact, as far as I can tell, the float is completely empty.
Yeah.
I think that's because they all forgot to return phone calls about where and when they were supposed to be.
Well,
you've got a few people following behind the float, like Dick Wadhams.
Yes, he'll be with us. He'll be with us. And also, him is not there. After all the years of him being the head of the party, him is no longer here. So the float is empty. I haven't seen him either. Yeah, so I don't know. Miss Calhoun.
Well, and we've got the county clerk's float that did find their way. The ones who want to be sure that Tina Peters is not released from jail, even from prison, Colorado prison, even to be on a float today. So I don't know if you've heard if that float's even going to make it, the Tina Peters float. But the county clerks are on course. They are going the right direction.
Well, did you also see the Peter Boyle's John Eastman float?
I think.
Yeah.
I think that one is right ahead of the Lindsay Halligan float.
Yes,
who now that the judge just ruled her
That's
appointment,
great.
the former Regis graduate,
That's
beauty
great.
queen,
That's
that she
great.
cannot be
Oh.
the U.S. attorney for Eastern Virginia. So yesterday she was booted. So she should have time to come join John Eastman.
Yeah, I saw them tearing down that sign that was on the float that said U.S. Attorney on the Lindsay Halligan float.
You
They had
guys
to
are
tear that one
brutal.
down. I don't know what they're going to put up instead, but yeah, we'll have to see.
Miss Calhoun, of all the years that you've been kind enough to do the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade, I think when I was on a road trip and had a lot of time to think, we really emulsified a lot of people. It's no wonder they didn't like us. I mean, you think about it. We gave them plenty of reason. Yes.
The old adage is to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. That's the old journalism adage.
It's always been what I
You
thought.
want to create community and you want to pull back the curtain.
Always what.
And there are a lot of curtains in the Thanksgiving Day parade.
In Denver, Colorado, with Miss Patricia Calhoun. Real quickly, what are you doing for the meal?
Cooking with Mom.
Oh man!
Oh, how
and
nice.
Miss Calhoun's mother is like the best. So you and Mom cooking together, that'll be the best.
We're cooking, a lot of family around, so we'll figure that all out.
All right, I got to ask you,
Dealing with the
Patty,
vegetarian issue.
what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? What's the one that Patty Calhoun can't go without on that table?
Shot of tequila.
High five. That's the best one in the morning. There's no one going to do better. That's fantastic.
Another shot at tequila, Sheila. Miss Calhoun, I love you and thank you for Thanksgiving
Yes,
Day.
thank
and
you.
We have many things to discuss. So be safe, ma'am, and say hi to your mom. Thanks.
I will.
All right. So Miss Calhoun is now the first official reporter coming up. Well, you will be surprised who's showing up.
Yeah, we got Marcus that is down there. He's going to be joining us after the break.
I will
so he's
put
gonna float
Marcus
for
up with us.
Yeah.
He's at the parade site, and him. We've not heard about him, so we don't know where him is. I don't
Hopefully
think
driving the Tina Peters float.
That's right.
We'll see what happens.
Driving Miss Tina.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so 49 will be the high. We're down at Colfax and Broadway. The Broadway, and of course, that's the parade station. 4 different television stations have carried the parade in the past, but well, we think it's going to be Channel 2 this year. And of course, when we hit the top of the hour at 7, we'll know. Santa Claus will be here. So lots of celebrity reporters. And, of course, the corporatization of the imaginary Thanksgiving Day parade and the rights. And who's going to be on the merch? We need a face on the merch. So lots coming your way. You stay here. It gets real good. The parade continues. It is that day of days, the imaginary Thanksgiving Day Parade 2025 on a Wednesday. I'm Peter Boyles, 710 KNUS, and this is, I think, the fifth or fourth media outlet on the radio side to carry the parade. But, of course, as we've said, there's broke. Radio is broke, and so we have corporatized the parade, and we'd like you to be a reporter, a scribe, an elder, an influencer to the parade. From Colfax and Broadway, Billy Thorpe, Peter Boyle, so many people are here. There it is. I love that drum band, huh? Isn't that good? Click, click. All right, let's go to Marcus. Yes. Marcus, you got to tell us where you're standing. It's still dark outside. Can't see you, brother. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
I'm down the street on Colfax looking at the floats, Peter, and it really looks good this year.
What's your...
The head marshal there is Mayor Johnson.
Yes.
And I'm looking at a great float. It's a classic Blinky the Clown and Shakey's Pizza.
Yes. That's an old...
And yeah, something that brings everything up.
Yes, yes.
And and then behind them, they have waddles and gobbles that were pardoned by the president.
Oh, our first celebrities. That's our first celebrity sighting.
Yes.
That's right. So, God, this is getting better, Peter. That's about it.
Have you gotten
the
any
interesting ones?
Have you gotten any free food? Have you gotten?
Not yet.
You haven't gotten in the handout line yet, have you? I mean,
no, I sure haven't.
Okay, well.
Now, Marcus, when you're out there, man, keep an eye out because with waddles and gobbles out there, careful. I'm just saying, we've got a homeless problem in the city. Be careful that they're not taking off the float, that someone just runs out of the crowd and, grabs one of the turkeys. Be careful.
Well, they're pretty big turkeys, buddy.
One or two.
Pretty hungry homeless.
Well, wait until they wake up. But about 2 o'clock this afternoon, they'll get a little something to eat in them. But, being the anchor on the parade for all these many years, the homelessness and the junkies have really become a problem. And they've gotten, you can hear that guy throwing up, but it's like, year after year, Bill, I mean, more and more and more and more and more. And there's just, how much more of this do you take? But of course, this mayor is a stooge, but it doesn't matter, does it? Marcus, we love you for coming and being a reporter and being with us this morning.
Happy Thanksgiving, Marcus.
Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving,
you
sir.
guys too.
Thank you. All right, we got next. Let's make it a surprise.
Yes,
Sue is
surprise guest.
Our folks that are coming up. The imaginary Thanksgiving Day Parade rocks on. Be part of it. The annual telecast will begin, and we think it's going to be Channel 2. See the trucks setting up out there, and so here it is. Over the years, the parade has been represented, or of course, we are a parody of this.
Yeah.
Billy, call time.
And Kenny Danon just sent us a note that the free Tina Peters float is still down over at Santa Fe. So far, they have circled the same block 3 times.
Who's driving?
Saying, we haven't seen yet. And they just said that, no, they're saying that it's fake news, that the actual imaginary Thanksgiving Day Parade is going down to Colfax and Broadway. They keep just circling the same block, saying, no, they're the real parade.
Well,
yeah, we'll catch up on that.
Is him driving?
I think so. I'm asking Kenny to see if he can get a look, but so far the windows are smoked, so we'll have to see. I know.
Well, that's more like it, but because no one's seen him, so
not for a while.
I thought maybe him would be driving. No, maybe not. Well, it's not her anyhow. She's locked down. The parade will continue. Be a reporter, a scribe, an elder for the parade, an influencer, and we're going to try and get a cup of coffee. Colfax and Broadway. See you in a minute.